The biggest story, I think, is that Palo Alto Networks is going to buy Protect AI, which is a company that we added to the Twist 500. So we'll need to take it off now that it's going to be part of a public company. Protect AI, if you don't know, sells tools to secure generative AI usage inside of large companies. If you want a bit more detail about that, essentially it helps enforce AI usage policies. It helps you red team AI applications to make sure they're not misused, and also does
hold on a second. I
audits.
just want to make sure I understand that.
Sure.
So we know what red teaming is. That's when you try to trick an AI to make a mistake or do something it's not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if it wasn't supposed to grab your credit card from LastPass or password, one password, or whatever you're using, if it's not supposed to, I don't know, do something racy, sexist, offensive, you try to get it to do that.
Yeah.
That's what red teaming is, just for people who don't know. You try to break things, get it to act offensively. So this helps you with that. And then, I guess, monitoring the workforce usage and actually creating policies and auditing all this stuff is really going to be important.
I think it's going to be huge. Yeah.
Yeah, this feels like a really important idea. Did they say what it was sold for?
So they did not list a price. They called the deal strategic on the Palo Alto Networks side. GeekWire did report that the transaction was for more than $500 million, but we don't have anything more concrete yet. To me, there's a missing piece here that led to this sale, because it seems like the company, the funding, the growth, all had it pipped to do a lot more than this exit. I don't want to talk crap about someone's 9-figure exit, right? But it just feels a little cheap. So I wonder if we're missing something.
Well, if the last valuation is its sales valuation, that's like a really interesting discussion point. Is that basically what we think happened here?
Plus 20%, yeah.
Okay, so whenever you have less than a doubling, the VCs are not in it for a doubling. That means the founders drove this and the early investors drove it. So there'll be 3 constituents in a company of this size. You have the early investors, angel, seed, Series A. They all got in at 5 to 10 million, 10 to 50 million, maybe 100 million, and the founders got in at $0. That group probably owns collectively 80 to 85% of the company, including the employees. Then you got the last 10 to 20% of the company. That's the Series B. That's the 100 million at 500 million post. That group of people usually has a right to get at least 2 times their money, right? So they would, if they were smart. In a really competitive environment, they can't get that. They just get their money back. So this is a situation where if that firm was in a competitive situation, they may have given up what are called protective provisions. The protective provisions mean, you can't just run away with the money. You can't abscond with it. There are things to protect investors from bad behavior or losing money. One of the protective provisions is participating preferred or a liquidation preference. Basically, this means I get my money back plus something, so that if you do some quick sell like this, I don't get nothing. So my guess is whoever put the last 50 million in has a provision they get double their money back, a liquidation preference, in other words. So they get the 100 million. If this went for 500 million, they sweep the 100 million off, then 400 million goes to everybody else. You get 400 million to everybody else. Maybe the founders, if they own 80% collectively, thought, hey, 40% of 500 million is 200 million each. We're in. So I'm guessing that's what happened here. And maybe they thought there's a lot of competition, and maybe they were given equity in Palo Alto Networks, which has been doing fantastic. The other piece in this, Alex, to note, DPI, sending money back to your investors, has been very low for 4 years under the wrath of Lena Khan. And then it just got kind of paused by this tariff turmoil. So maybe the VCs here are like, hey, I doubled my money and I could send 100% IRR. The internal rate of return here is 100%. I can just ship it to my LPs and just say, hey, by the way, you put in 10 million. This was whatever. If you put in 30 million, and this was 1 million of the fund, all of a sudden I'm sending you 2 million back in the early days of a fund. It's like, oh, that's nice. Oh, money came back from a venture fund. Something that's not happening as much as it needs to.